Let's just get this out of the way right from the start. Ready? I had never seen The Little Mermaid until last week. I know. My parents weren't huge fans of new Disney movies, and my older brother had no interest in seeing it, so I just never saw it. Here's my take on The Little Mermaid. Okay. Let's pretend that I'm not a Scroogey person who doesn't believe in all that love conquers all crap. The premise of the movie is still the following. She gets to live on land only if she agrees that she can't speak. So the whole movie is about her getting him to fall in love with her, but she can't speak. What's happening? What is happening here? Let's take a step back and pretend that this movie is about a woman who wants to have a man make babies with her. In theory, I could see a voiceless female prancing about, sidling up to this guy to try and encourage him to make babies with her. But love? I mean, who's the unstable person now? Me for thinking this is insane, or you for thinking it's not? I literally had to stop the movie midstream so that my sons and I could discuss this. So anyway, she gets him to fall in love with her. She gets to keep her feet, gets her voice back. There's some magic by which everything awesome gets to happen, and everyone lives happily ever after. The end. Everyone's happy except me and my sons. We're not happy. We really disliked Frozen for a lot of the same reasons that we disliked The Little Mermaid. Namely, it doesn't make sense. I love fantasy. I love Narnia. I love science fiction. I love superhero action movies. I know how to suspend disbelief. But in the world of fantasy, it still has to make some sort of sense. The Little Mermaid is asking too much of me. I mean, it's asking too much of all of us, just to be honest. The original Hans Christian Andersen story has the princess trade her voice to try and get the prince to fall in love with her. Sounds the same, right? Well, in the original, her motivation is actually to obtain an immortal soul, which humans have, but fish and mermaids don't. Not just to get this dude to fall in love with her. The reason marrying him will give her an immortal soul is that in marriage, two souls become one and he can share his soul with her in this beautiful union. It's actually kind of sweet. Without a voice, she tries to make him fall in love with her by being an amazing dancer. The catch, because Hans Christian Andersen is clearly a very odd man, is that with each step she takes to dance for him, it feels like blades cutting into her feet. As if to say, here's your new life, but it will not be free of suffering. So everyone on land rejects her because she's a mute, but boy can that girl dance, and the prince falls in love with her. It comes to pass that the prince ends up marrying someone else, and the princess has her heart broken because without love, she can't share in his immortal soul. But her evil sisters, with the help of the witch, tell her that if she kills the prince and lets his blood drip on her feet, sleep well, kids, she will become a mermaid again. Become a mermaid again and kill the man who betrayed you. Turns out she loves the prince too much to kill him, so she throws herself off of a ship into the ocean to die. But she doesn't die. No. Turns out she has become a luminous and ethereal earthbound spirit who is given the opportunity to gain an immortal soul by doing 300 years of good deeds for mankind. One day she can rise up to the kingdom of God. The end. The original story, while tragic, is actually a lot more hopeful and a lot more meaningful. It's a story about refusing to give in to evil because of jealousy and betrayal. She exhibits the qualities of true love and is ultimately rewarded for her selflessness. So the message isn't, even if you can't communicate with someone, you can still win their love even if you don't know them just because you're gorgeous. It's actually about selflessness and the painful journey and sacrifice involved in the true evolution of self that can metaphysically take you to a higher level, and in the princess's case, literally. So that's Hans Christian Andersen's take on The Little Mermaid, and in my opinion, it makes a lot more sense than the Disney version. And obviously you can't make an animated movie about people throwing themselves off boats, but I still don't understand why people love this Disney movie so much. Am I thinking too much about this? Probably. Is this just another thing that Disney has over us to take our money through advertising and merchandising, and I should just shut up about it? Probably. Is there nothing wrong with little girls wanting to be princesses if the princess's idea of how to get along in life is just making someone fall in love with her because she's beautiful? I think there's probably something wrong with that. I guess I'm glad I have sons because I would totally not know what to do with a girl. I know the fall of Western civilization doesn't ride on the complacency of the masses in regards to Disney princess movies, but what if we were to make movies that made more sense and had more depth? What if we made a movie about selflessness and the difficult things that people have to do to get what they want, even if the journey's painful? What if there was no happily ever after for every gorgeous princess and every strapping prince? Would people still watch those movies? Would you? Until then, my favorite character in The Little Mermaid is her crabby little friend. Go figure. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel.